Anabela Lenzu, and we're finding out about the grass is always greener. How did you pick this title, and what does it mean? I mean, it's a famous.
It's a famous phrase.
But and the grass is always greener. It always refers to, you know, it's always, we think it's always going to be better in this other country, right? And that's what Latin Americans think when we come to the United States.
We all think about that. Even Americans, they think that Europe is better. We always think, because we are never conform, and this is what brings the people to search for a new challenge in life. You know, to be the immigrant, to experience.
Okay. So why did you choose this title?
Well, I was researching for titles, and it's perfect, fit perfect with the idea, because what caused you trouble? That the desire to break the barrier and to look for a better life. And that's why we always look the grass is greener, but it's not so always greener. Because if you read the immigrant story today in the United States, yes, maybe they have a little more income, but you live under the table and you suffer.
The streets are not paved with gold, as they tell us sometimes.
Exactly. And this is part of the show.
Okay.
This is part of the show. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about your own personal experience, because I know that when you're, I understand that you get very emotional when you do this performance.
Yes.
Because what goes through your head, your own personal, what was the problem that you had with
many
immigration
stories.
yourself?
In this way, it's a cathartic through my personal experience and many other. Take me really 10 years to decide to do the show, because I've been deported of the United States.
You were deported once?
10 years ago. And I passed through the immigration process when I came to study in this country. And, you know, immigration stop you and they ask you, but why you coming here? You coming to babysit or clean houses? And I say, no, I just come in to dance. What happened, I don't have the money to afford to pay for a visa student, but I come to study. And they say, no, we don't believe you. You come here to clean houses and babysit. And I say, no, I don't do that. I'm a choreographer, and I didn't have the resources in my country or the scholarship that allowed me to study here.
So you were actually deported?
Yes.
And once you are deported, don't you have to wait many years to be able to come back?
Well, I leave the country. I was here study by myself. Actually, I was guest for many other companies, and the Twin Tower happened, and then my mom said, you need to come back home. And I say, well, if I come back home, I don't know if I can return. But I need to come back home, and when I came back again, I leave this country voluntarily. And these things, that's why they put you a ban, that you cannot come into the country for certain periods of time. Depend how long you've been here in the expired visa, because I came as a tourist visa.
And you stayed beyond the time?
I stayed beyond because I was doing great, and I was so
they
intense.
didn't allow you to come back into the country for X amount of years, but then you were able to come back in legally?
Yes, the life turned around, and the grass is always greener. Bring me to Europe, and I work in Europe, and I was happy. But I get in love with the photographer, the American photographer, and you see the destiny.
Oh, I see.
Bring me back again here.
All right. So now you're heading your own dance company in New York, and you are, we should say, you are a professor here at Lehman College.
Yes, I'm very proud. Yes, I teach here.
So tell me a little bit about what it is, again, that goes on in your mind when you're doing this performance. Does that whole experience of your personal story come back to you?
Well, when we are on stage, I always ask questions to the audience, and I don't expect that they reply to me, but just to put this question on their head. And
so it's a rhetorical question that you're asking, okay?
Exactly. And that's why many people, they didn't know about my experience. They didn't know at all. And when I'm not going to tell you about the show, but they come in like, they couldn't believe. They thought that we all have immigration problems with all my dance companies. And it's funny because I'm the only immigrant. The other dancers are American. Okay. But they was all concerned about what if it was real or not, what I say. But I feel, again, it's not my personal story. It's not that I look my belly button and choreograph. It's beyond that. And my story was easy story because I came by a plane, and I was deported by a plane, and it took me many hours, but I didn't suffer what other people suffer.
So do you tell the story, and again, I haven't seen the show, I'm really looking forward to it, but Do you tell the story of the immigrant who doesn't come on the plane, who crossed the border and went through all kinds of
so many
problems?
stories. We pick 5 different stories, and
Oh,
that's why we have these
So there are
5 different
women,
characters.
and they all tell the story as
They
they
all
dance.
tell the story as they dance and talk. It's wonderful poetry by the Chilean Gabriela Mistral that I love her. She was a Nobel Prize in 1960, the first woman that win the Nobel Prize in literature. And we use this wonderful poetry that is country of the absent, strange country, lighter than an Asian, subtle style, the color of dead algae. Nebulous, in a country without a name, I'm going to die. And all that, or I kill a woman in me, I didn't love her. And the boats and the images of departure that we talk with poetry, I mean that is mixed, the news in New York Times or in any media, mixed with poetry, with dance, I mean that make this surreal, real.
When you're combining all these elements, the poetry, the dance, and all that, are you constantly concerned, okay, is this conveying the story? I mean,
Yes.
your story. It's about storytelling.
Yes, that's why my company is Dance Drama.
So when you do this, you have to be aware that, okay, is the audience gonna get it?
Well, that's why we have an amazing team, and we do open rehearsals where we invite people to come to give feedback, because this is a long process. It's taken us 2 years to put the show up. I mean that we have a lot of stages where I ask specifically people come to see what we are doing and what is their reaction, and then I keep going with the creative process.
Does anything happen on stage that actually moves you to tears yourself?
Yes, we did a preview last month in Long Island City. It was like for a small audience, and I have an amazing team. All the dancers are really committed, and they start with 0 idea about immigration, and they are experts, and they're all Americans. I mean that what happened is one of the dancers, Deborah, start to perform, and she say, to the side of the boat, I nail my heart to this, and she's been so moving that me on the wings, I start to cry seeing her perform. I mean, she acts as a mirror to remember this story of departure.
And it's especially rewarding when a non-immigrant really understands. And you go, my God, they get it, they get it.
Yeah,
don't
and it's strange because they ask me, but why you don't pick your cast, you know? Because, you know, happened to do an audition and I picked the dancers, and it's the casualty that right now we have all American and the foreign choreographer. But it happened that before we have South American and we have European and we have Japanese dancers. But right now, and it's very interesting because, you know, they went to Ellis Island and they find the relative walls, I mean that everybody's moving, even the board. We have a board advisors that is also moving and researching. Oh, I find this great article, I'll give you, I mean that it's a whole movement. That's why I do dance, and that's why I educate.
But in a dance theater performance like this, you're in effect, you're bilingual, right?
Yes.
Or any multilingual. You could do, people who speak any language could understand this show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The texts are in English because we are in the United States. But also we put it on the program. And then the people can have more idea if they want to read it and if you want to have a guidance. But they don't need to read much. It's pretty much on the stage. Yeah.
Listen, we're out of time, but I'm really happy that you were here with us.
Thank you so much, Miguel.
Where do people get a hold of you, your company, so that they can keep in touch so that the next performance can be well attended?
Absolutely. Through my website, that is AnabelaLenzu.com.
AnabelaLenzu.com. Okay.
And then they can go to Facebook to Google my name, and I will be friend with you. They can see the videos on YouTube. Now in June, we're going to have a special summer workshop that is 1 week intensive, that the people can learn part of this piece in the workshop from June 13 to 17. I mean that it's open. I'm always open my doors to share the work.
I'm looking forward to that grass that is always greener.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Thank you for having me.